This is the increments that survive at the increments that's serving at the increments that they have. Mr. Jeff and J. Felice stepping at 190 East Main Street, Othello, Washington. Mailing address P.O. Box 2825, Othello, Washington 993. Info sglaw.com 509-488-3303. Fax 509-488-6373. This increments in the service would be showing up at the federal courthouse in Richland, Washington. That's John F. Kennedy Administration Monuments, moving the Bobby Kennedy and John F. Kennedy graves out of the graveyards because the hands and increments of the service officers attacked me on the sidewalk at Eric Olson's property, he's a business owner. Same with Ajmer Singh Nijjar, CIMARON5. We got the FedEx, USPS, ground-to-ground, and air-to-ground, air-to-air, and ground-to-ground packages and transaction EFTs. Confirmation signatures need to be signed off. The P.O. Box, mailbox office in Seattle, Tacoma, also Spokane here, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, and Ephrata, Othello, Washington, here in Moses Lake, Washington. And the first and UBI number services increments for the entranceways. All the doorways, entryways for the vaults at U.S. Bank, Chase Bank, Bank of America, West Bank. Chase Bank used to be Bank of America, now it is Washington Federal Bank. Giza, Chase Bank, Federal and Chase Bank increments that they have at 323 South Division, which says increments of providing the increment deposit increment manufacturer record. The officer attacking Felix Barela, the phone records information on the email. Mr. Donald Trump wants me to submit all this information. Gangbanger individual police officers. Statute of limitations on the statute of limitation badge numbers increments. Mr. Donald Trump's on the portfolio and the local President Trump's corner of the law guideline group, since he has this. Since the September 27th of 2019 and December 3rd of 2018. This is statute reports and first and last name, address, phone records, recollection reports here in Moses Lake, Washington State collision report, and also state patrol vehicles. All state patrol vehicles have the officer's bed number. Squad car 036, and that's the 411 South Ballston, Moses Lake Police Department, Mr. Kevin Pure. And Mr. Grant County Court Prosecutor, Mr. Dano Garth and Jennifer. There's a gangbanger individual, full-fledged Mr. Military status, big fucking mouth on his mouth and his flapping fabric at the third end. It's called the Sunland. It's on my chest in the back and first at, of course, the Sunland Motels in Moses Lake at Dano Garth and Jennifer's office. It says Dano Garth. 50975. Dear Administration Office, Washington State Services, Federal Courtroom in Stansburg, Mr. McKinnon Law Firm, Mr. Tabler Wallace. Addressed to Dano Carter and Jennifer Andy Miller, Prosecutor, Washington State, prosecuting and taking down individuals and services in police uniform and off-duty, on-duty officers and the Commonwealth of the community public. 509-754-2011, extension 3971, C Street, North Ephrata, Washington, 98823. 509-754-201, extension 3971, 509-754-6588. I have every right to protect myself. This is Larissa Perez, Human Resources, P.O. Box 3735, C Street, North Ephrata, Washington, 98823. 509-754-2011, extension 490. Fax 509-754-6588. Kurt Slinger. I got to really protect myself. There's somebody harassed me, attacked, walked all the way from 210 West Broadway, Mr. Dixon. Stayed a week with Mr. Dixon. Stayed a whole week with Mr. Superior Court Dixon. Morning, night, and day. For a whole week. And Carol J. Benzel, the prosecutor, or the judge, I'm sorry. The judge. She's the judge for administrative services here at the Othello courtroom at 425 Suite 400, and Steve Sackman, 45, is handling Othello. He's increment services, watching people come up on the property and on the property and other side property, Mr. Eric Olson, and also Ajmer Singh Nijjar, and also Sean Logan, the mayor of Othello, and also the services coming in the driveway at City Hall in Othello, and the drive-through on the back entranceways. here in Othello, and also the back entranceway at the Richland City Hall, and also the Kennewick City Hall, and also the Pasco City Hall. Entrance recorded information. Steve A. Sackman, 45 East Hamlock Street, Othello 19934-509-485-636. Brandon West, Eastern State University Criminal Defense Lawyer, didn't even show up to court. Mr. Brandon West was referred and talked to Mr. Public Counsel, Mr. McKenna Law Firm, Mr. Kevin Manform, and Jessica Regis and Felicia, Stephen J. Felice, administrator at the Mid-Columbia Library in Othello, and also the Columbia Library on Union Street, across from the Mueller's Freedom Home, where I'm on the property too. Administration rights, Mr. John Cooney Law Firm, 330 West Indiana Avenue, Spokane 99205. He's upstairs with Taylor. Mrs. Taylor, Mr. Taylor, Mr. Andy Miller. And he's talking, and she's talking, and he was arrested for 72 hours. He was arrested for 72 hours in Andy Miller's office. And then we had sheriffs and officers breaking into the doorway. On YouTube, Facebook, 509-598-2677, 1-888-302-2613. Fax 509-325-1859, 509-327-69 for emergencies. ldcooney@jcooney.com. That's the website, http://jcooney.com. Mr. Schultz Tabor Waltz, attorney at law, 56 C Street, Northwest, P.O. Box 876, Greater Washington, 98823. Phone numbers 509-754-5264. Fax 509-754-583. www.walklawfirm.com. That's Stephanie Reagan, Stephanie W.A., Ketta Chadwick, Natalie Hoverdam. Natalie Hoverdam, McKenna Law Firm, Professional Service Corporation, John Luke McKenna, 509-765-4451. Fax 509-765-6019. 705 East Olive Avenue, Moses Lake, Washington. That's, of course, Mr. and Mrs. Rhonda Kaiser in the administration office there at the right across behind Mr. McKenna's backyard. Now, Moses Lake Police Department, license plate number 63379D, March 2nd, Squad Car 036, City of Moses Lake, Washington, 98823, COVID-19. So they're going to consider Mr. Donald Trump comes to the George Washington house, Lola Hernandez, my grandmother, real grandmother, my grandfather, my grandfather was kidnapped and taken to California. He was kidnapped from Spokane, Washington, from Deaconess Hospital. He was taken by gun, knife, and threats, and tied up, not with handcuffs, but braided with serrated individual ties around us, and forcibly taken to California. So when I showed up in Fresno, California, in Samuel Hernandez's house, he divorced Lupe Hernandez because she's having sex with the president of India and his siblings across the street. And Jack in the Box and Safeway in Fresno. It says 5 Jack in the Box, Safeway, Burger King, McDonald's, Simon's Mall, Blackstone, Simon's Mall, Blackstone, Simon's Mall, Simon's Mall, Simon's Mall here in Spokane, Simon's Mall here in Columbia Center Boulevard. Red Lion and Davenport Hotel and their services. Melissa Midnight, Grant County Courthouse, P.O. Box 3740, Washington, 98823, 509-754-2011, extension 2610. Now she is the assessor because of Felix Barela, and also Miss Secretary Ken Wayman had implement for the business license, and also Todd and Lobet Amber at the administration office at the jewelry store. See, this service is increments of all the jewelry and increments of care packages that they have applied in legal services. Othello District Court is Carol J. Benza, 425 East Main Street, Suite 400, 99344, 509-488, 3935. Fax is 509-33. Oh, I'm sorry. That fax number is implemented onto the Secretary's staff and calling number. Bill Gates is 1835 73rd Avenue, Medina, Washington, 9803. Cooney Law Firm is 33 years, Indiana. Used to be 3509-326-2613. Schultz Tavern Wallace, attorney at law, 56th Street, 876 Greater Washington. Phone 509-754-5264. Fax 509-754-5835. www.lawfirm.com. McKenna Law Firm, Professional Service Corp. John Luke, 509-765-445. Fax 509-765-6019. I got the body cam information. Fax to Andy Miller. And implement their services. We're going to make sure that that's pretty good to clarify the administration office. It's, people like making shit up. Since this is the Muslim Police Department across the street. Officer on the sidewalk pulled up on the handicap and walked up to me, and I got my driver's license, social security license, showed it to my face, and implement their service. The status of men in uniform individual services and also social security license, and implement DA, CPS, and also the judge, Superior Court judges, all the staff members, the Senate office in California, and Arizona. He's called the Navy Department Service, told him what happened. There's $35 million in my account, and increments and claim everything's stolen, and so I have to replace all this information. So we're going to contact, make sure it's online, so all the app services are applied, and their service and waive those fees, because we're going to have to waive those fees for the simple reason that being attacked by an officer with the video camera, video footage, and increments of them tell me to...
You have reached the Benton County Prosecutor's Office. Please stay on the line and an operator will answer your call shortly.
Shut up and...
Thank you for calling.
I have no rights.
Please wait while we transfer your call to the next available representative.
I'm not pleading guilty to anything, because all the footage and video cam is applying, and it should waive that fee, because that fee service says stand by local authorities. President Donald Trump. See, the services that come into the mailbox, the services as a travel, shopping, avoid discretionary traveling, shopping trips.
Prosecutor's office, how may I direct your call?
Is this Taylor? I need
This is Natalie.
Natalie, can you, I submitted some stuff on email. I got some fax information to Andy Miller. I individually sent it on email individually to make sure it was submitted. And I believe I did the downloading, I'm sorry, at the coroner's office. And then from coroner's office at the Mueller's administration's in the front and back entranceway, and downstairs in the basement in the crematorium. And then with the mother and father and grandfather. And anyways, is it clear to send that fax and submit it again so I can have it downloaded? Because since I did the imaging and the number came through and it changed the phone number, because I guess they changed the phone number again because somebody just was interrupting on conference calls and it wasn't even their information. So can I resend that and have it addressed to Andy Miller? Is it clear to send that through so I can get that out of the way?
Clear.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, bye.
You do.